Now let's shift our attention to Tibet. The region was struck by a powerful earthquake today. The quake measured 7.1 on the Richter scale. Tremors were felt in Nepal, Bhutan and even in India. But Tibet has suffered the worst damage. More than 100 people are dead and dozens are wounded. Many more remain trapped under the rubble. The rescue efforts are proving to be challenging. It is winter season. The local conditions are harsh, with temperatures dropping to minus 18 degrees Celsius. Chinese authorities are scrambling. They're rushing rescue workers and relief materials, and these teams are racing against time. Here's a report.
This was the moment when the earthquake struck. It was a powerful one, measuring over 7 on the Richter scale. Tremors were felt in Nepal, even in some parts of India. But Tibet has suffered the worst damage. It was the epicentre of the earthquake. Entire buildings have been reduced to rubble there. Over 1,000 homes have collapsed and more than 100 people have lost their lives. The rescue effort has been challenging. Dozens of aftershocks have slowed down the rescue workers. They have been unable to get to the survivors, many of whom remain trapped below the rubble. Shigatse is likely the worst hit city in Tibet. It is the closest to the earthquake's epicenter. Shigatse is of great historical significance in Buddhism. It is a holy site and the seat of the Panchen Lama, one of Buddhism's most senior figures. The Dalai Lama expressed his sadness over the loss of life in the natural disaster. Shigatse was annexed by China in the 1950s. Since then, it has been under Beijing's tight control. The Chinese state curtails any flow of information from Shigatse. Access to media and the internet remain limited and restricted. The rescue efforts there will be extremely challenging. Shigatse is a remote city far from China's major urban centers. The harsh winter adds to the difficulty. Temperatures in Shigatse drop to minus 18 degrees at this time of year. China's President Xi Jinping has issued orders to his officials. Vice Premier Zhang Guoqing has been dispatched to the region. Xi Jinping wants the casualties to be minimized and survivors to be resettled. 1,500 rescuers and 250 vehicles have been pressed into the search effort, but they are racing against time. To save lives, they will have to mobilize quickly. The relief materials are yet to reach the victims. The pictures released by the Chinese state show rescue workers working in harsh conditions. They are digging through the rubble, using ropes, shovels, and even their bare hands. Shigatse is highly vulnerable to earthquakes. It lies near a major fault line. The area experiences frequent seismic activity. In the last 5 years alone, it has recorded 29 earthquakes. In 2015, Nepal was struck by a 7.8 magnitude quake, killing over 9,000 people. This time, disaster has hit China.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.